In life, sometimes we have people around us in our lives who can put a lot of doubts in us, confusion, doubts. Sometimes it is because of the situation. Maybe we have been with the people for a long time, but suddenly the situation is like something, there is a lot of doubt and confusion, and we need to clarify a lot of things. We need to answer to a lot of people, things like that. But strong people driven by a higher purpose, they are strong themselves. Some people don't need anyone else. They don't need. Some people do need some, coaches, leadership coaches, consultants, mostly coaches, motivational coaches, people who can inspire them to do great things. Sometimes listening to them, problems that can be solved, progress that can be made, success that can be achieved. We can talk about a lot of things. So in YCA Push, when we started doing YCA Push, it is not just like a motivation which is in vacuum. It is something which is for everyone. It can be for people in business, it can be for people in, the industry. It can be people who want to achieve great things in life. So the thing is, when you really want to achieve great things in life, you figure out a way, how to get things done and how to motivate yourself, how to help yourself, how to help others in need. And you laugh at people sometimes, people who make you doubt. But I have seen one thing: when you don't know the game you are playing, or you don't know what you are doing, or maybe you are in a profession where you are letting go a lot, you enjoy the fluidity of communication, you enjoy the fluidity of interaction. So what happens is, it becomes part of your process, or whatever you can call it. We don't think about these things much unless we have something specific to do with it. Sometimes we don't know these people enough. Sometimes they don't mean what they say. Sometimes we have been through a lot. We have been through a conditioning so that we have a lot of doubts, and these people fuel those doubts and confusion. But we do have a lot of people in our lives. Sometimes we meet them, sometimes we talk to them, from a distance. Sometimes we reach out to people, We don't need a lot of people in our lives just to make us happy, to say good things, to flatter us. We don't need those people. Not everyone needs it. But we do need, good friends, well-wishers, in the true sense of the term. People who we can trust, people who we can reach out, people who can lend a helping hand, while in trouble. But the problem is, with some people, with some situations, with some circumstances, the doubts become overwhelming. So trust becomes an issue. You cannot trust people. For some people it stays for a long time, which is not a bad thing, because in this cruel world, who you can trust, there is a saying. But we should have some people, people whom we can trust, people whom we can believe in, and those doubts don't matter at all. Those doubts don't matter. We keep making progress, we keep making success, In YCA Push, we push people to do great things. They do the great things. Maybe one or few things we can share that can help people to do so. We are grateful that we can do that. And it's a shared joy, shared responsibility, shared joy, shared happiness. Now, you will find some people in your life who are barriers of learning. Sometimes because of other people or because of the situation, we don't recognize these people. But these people are barriers for learning, barriers for education, because by nature, they are very anti-education, they are very anti-learning. So, success means different things to different people. For some it can be financial success, for some it can be, peace of mind, for some it can be a fulfilling life with your family, for some it can be the work you are doing, that is having a great purpose. It can mean different things to different people. But as a human being, we are supposed to do more in life. We are not animals, Now, I am not criticizing animals. We do have animal instincts. But our restraint, our self-discipline, our intellectual capabilities, our sense of higher purpose, our, principles and values, and so many other things related to that, virtues and so many other things, These things keep us above from those animals, We do have animal instincts, we do have, our dark sides. But do we let negative emotions, bad things overpower us? It's a choice we make, And when we talk about motivation, obviously we talk about personal leadership, social leadership. Maybe you are leading a community, you are having a respectable position in your community and you are leading. And obviously organizational leadership. It can be any kind of organization you choose to have or work in, It can be situational leadership too. A situation arises and you become a leader, You take some actions, examples of leadership, and you lead by example. Now, there are cultures that are different. High context cultures, low context cultures, and different types of cultures, In some places, in some situations, you have to teach people in different ways. Some places you have to teach them a lot of things. In some places you teach them a few things and they will work on their own, But the zeal to learn, the zeal to achieve, the zeal to succeed, that is one thing we are talking about. There are leadership styles, different leadership styles. And we are not telling this one is bad and that one is good. We are not talking about that here. Some people will love democracy, some people will love autocracy, some people will love something in between, There are different kinds of leadership styles. But, you choose to do great things. And you will see that people have mutual respect for people. And there is a debate that leaders are born or leaders are made. you know. I keep it open to you, as a question. You might think for a while, and then we can come back to a session and we can have a discussion regarding that. But some people try to appear as good people, and some people are natural leaders, So they are guided by very strong principles and values. And you don't need someone else to intervene in something, because they know they're doing the right thing. Maybe, you can have opinions, you can have perspectives, you can have guidance from other people. But you will see that you take pride in doing the right thing. The choices you make, that is great for yourself, that is great for other people, that is great for the community or the society or something bigger. Sometimes people will criticize you because it's easier to criticize, Many people will criticize you. No matter whatever you choose to do, people will criticize you anyway. Even you do something, even you don't do something, people will criticize you anyway. So better you do something great and you get criticized. So in YCA Push, what we do is, we talk about life, we talk about this wisdom, we talk about, things that can move us forward to the right direction, that can make us progress, that can make us do great things and achieve a lot of things in life, And we can contribute to a lot of people, whichever way you choose to contribute. And education is important. Learning is important. And it doesn't matter whether you have to go to a school or a college, but learning can happen in different ways, It can be from a society, it can be from a community, it can be from elderly people, it can be from a different, directions, different things. Learning can happen. But it doesn't mean that because of the relationships you are going for a lower standard. You are choosing to compromise and you are going for lower standards. If you are truly learning, you will see that you are having a direction in life, Again, we come back to personal leadership, holding yourself to high standards, principles and values, doing great work, why you are different than others, and people look up to you in some situations, or maybe generally they look up to you. Then also you will find a lot of people who will love to drag you down, and they will try to throw a lot of dirt, they will try to drag you down. People will play politics, but some people are above politics. Success, no matter whichever way you choose to define it, you can have it. But you choose to do great things in life, And intrinsically motivated you are. Maybe you have options for extrinsic motivation, but you are intrinsically motivated, driven by something greater, We have seen great artists, great leaders, great people in history who have done great things, Sometimes people follow their footsteps, sometimes they get inspired by them, sometimes they go beyond them, sometimes they become leaders themselves, they become legends themselves, they become, an example to follow. but you have achieved in life, then don't doubt too much. At least you should respect whatever you have achieved. You should respect the journey, the destination, maybe both. But it's a journey, it's a journey filled with hurdles, it's a journey filled with obstacles, quarrels with people, sometimes people very close to us, and sometimes we can convince, sometimes we cannot convince, sometimes we go through difficulties a lot, but in the end we learn something from that. We become stronger, through hurdles, through problems, through struggles, we become stronger. And we choose to do great things, And one day we will guide others and they will do great things. A society can move forward. A country can move forward. The world can move forward, if we choose to do the right things. And we learn so much from each other. And it's a responsibility to build the world a better place, to make the world a better place. Not build, but make the world a better place to live in, So, work. Work should be fun, work should be an adventure, and choose something you really love and be great in that. Help others, guide others. And you will have a lot of people, who will tell you that you cannot do something. You will have a lot of people who will tell you that, you are this, whatever you are doing is wrong. This is the wrong way to do things, this is this, this is that. And sometimes, those people don't know anything about it. They are not even close, to give you any opinion or any advice. And sometimes they will blame others because they are like that. And it's a vicious cycle, People will keep giving blames, people will criticize. And ultimately what will happen? Sometimes good works will stop. People will lose hope, and maybe one person started doing something great, but gradually that person lost motivation, or maybe suddenly he or she stopped doing that particular thing altogether, That happens. But YCA push, when we are talking about YCA push, you have a lot to do in your life, and each day 24 hours. Each day a lot to do, No matter whatever you do, you feel like you are doing nothing. You are waking up, being enthusiastic about doing a lot of work. You are going to sleep sometimes with a peace of mind that you have achieved what you wanted to achieve. Sometimes a lot of worries that you haven't achieved it, but you want to achieve it. Sometimes a little bit of worry is good. That can keep you in check, that can, keep you going, that can, make you build your self-discipline more. But we can choose to do great things in life, And we can help others to do so. Only if they are worthy of it, only if they are ready to do so. Not everyone can learn, but people should not be deprived. People who can